The act of penitence is a line that you must always keep in mind. Okay, I have made a mistake, and I should have never made it. Sitting and recognizing that mistake again comes back to Mauna. The act of sitting for a moment in every morning, sitting down, recognizing, okay, what are the stuff that I should have done yesterday? What are my mistakes? Correcting that. And therein lies your secret to success. Because you should be able to feel. If you don't feel it, it's never going to change. You are not going to change. And if you don't change, you're never going to learn. So, the feeling is the critical thing. And we all try to avoid that feeling because we say, why do I want to feel down, So we don't want to feel that. But that is very important that you feel that. Every champion feels it. When he misses his stroke, he wants to break his racket. We so-called half champions, Irapala. Never, try again. But for him, in Rudy Hartono, there's no try again. For him, every point is to death. Are you with me?
Yes.
Our problem is we cannot be penitent. Penitent is important because every time we feel the penitence, we change. So we have to feel. We have to care enough for our actions to feel. So we slow down. Otherwise, if we say there's no cause for our mistakes, there's no penalty, penitence must follow with penalty, If there's no penalty, we say, no problem, do it again. There's no cost. So keep on doing it over and over again. Are you with me? Let's compound our stupidity. Let's all network for 17 years. You get my point?
Yes.
No, I want to retire. And if I choose to network, it's because I love it. Isn't that the way to do it?
Yes.
You choose to do what you want with your life. And therein lies the difference. Where you are right now is because you are still looking for the way out. Is this not true?
Yes.
And then you'll find that this is still one of the most wonderful things to do. But that's a different place and time. Are you with me?
Yes.
But till you get there, you have to feel the pain of penitence. The pain of penitence. Are you with me?
Yes.
And it's very important to feel it because mistake represent progress only if they are new mistakes. When you repeat old mistakes, you're stuck in a rut. But otherwise, mistakes always represent progress. Progress only comes through mistakes. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
The lack of penitence is a problem. When we cannot be penitent, then we don't learn from our mistakes. Are you with me? We actually start use our mistakes for a pedestal for preaching. There's no pain involved in the process of learning. Are you with me? And that, sadly, is one of our biggest problems in networking. We need to feel that penitence. We cannot be lost in it, however. The pitfall is to be lost in it. There are others who say, I made a mistake. Are you with me? And then don't move for 2 days. No, there's a process of learning involved in it. Pay the penalty. Whatever you have set in your mind, I'm going to now go back and do something. Are you with me? To make up for that. Pay a penalty. And go on and learn from it. And this is why the whole, practice of Mauna is so critical, because it allows you to write it up, pay a penalty. So, okay, I'm going to go do this. Because I did this over again the third time, today I'm going to go and, do something for somebody. Make up something. Pick up the garbage, etc. so on. your own, system of penalty must be there. But the objective is not to get lost in it. But when you get lost in it, there are some people who say, oh, you have made a mistake, and they are so scared of making the next one. That is too much. You have that or not? And the fear of making a mistake can paralyze you. That is where it's a pitfall. Becomes a pitfall the minute you become too penitent. Must you be penitent? Absolutely. Otherwise you learn nothing. The minute you sink yourself in it, then you end up, sunk in the swamp and cannot move forward. Get the difference?
Yes.
All right. Okay, the next one is prejudice. Prejudice is a very important challenge that we face. The strength is that we cannot acknowledge it. The pitfall is the reverse when we do. Are you getting my point? We of all people cannot accept prejudice in any form or another. When we work with each other, when we work for each other, we must be as one. And one of the challenges that we overcome every year in VCon is simply that. Without boundaries, without caste, color, creed, country, we come together. If you are in this line of work, in this vocation, the first thing that you must recognize is you have to drop is any kind of prejudice. It can only be a wall, not a bridge. It is impossible for you to see where your lines are going to pervade and how and where they're going to grow. This is not something that you can organically control. Are you getting my point? You have to be open to, your house has to be open to every, culture and country in the planet. Your mind has to be open to every caste, culture, creed in the planet. Are you with me?
Yes.
Your feet has to be rooted into who you are. That is not required for you to change. Are you with me? Yes. The words of Gandhi, he says, the doors and windows of my house are open to winds from all the corners of the world. And they are welcome to blow freely through the house. But my feet stand firmly in the soil of my motherland. And that is the approach that we all should take. Are you with me?
Yes.
Not asking you to be blown away and become anyone different. But you cannot have in your mind any form of prejudice per se. And the pitfall is to actually acknowledge that prejudice in any form or another. To be, to have it in your network is silly. You will just isolate people. You cannot have a preference for anyone above another. Friends above another becomes nepotism. Are you with me? Relations above another becomes nepotism. Are you with me? Any preference for old classmates above new people will become nepotism. It'll all lead to your downfall at some point. Everyone has to be equal. And you have to work accordingly to that. You can have friends, and you can have your relations, you can have people you prefer, but all of that will have to be outside of your professional relationships. Your personal and professional relationships have to be clearly defined. Can you not see that?
Yes.
Are we clear on this?
Yes.
So, otherwise you are creating prejudice, and we all invariably, especially here in Malaysia, are very susceptible. Are you with me? You have to open your doors and welcome and build without prejudice. Particularly when we do this, we embrace one and all. We are one family and we are one. We see this every year in Weekon. It's not just something we say. It's something we do, something we believe in, something we breathe. Are you with me?
Yes.
Wonderful. And now we come to the last one, which is essentially pain. Pain is a friend to a networker. Am I right?
Yes.
If you don't embrace pain, you're never going to be able to do this journey. Are you with me?
Yes.
I'm not talking about you going and, beating each other up. There's all kinds of pain. We need to be focused. We need to embrace it. And we will realize that it is in fact a friend. There is no champion who's ever made it without pain. There's no success that's ever gained without pain. There's no victory without pain. Pain is an essential part of growth. There is no growth without pain. Are you with me?
Yes.
But yet we all shy away from it. We basically run from it. It's the pain that stops us first. Are you with me? And if we just learn to understand, to get beyond it, it is actually the most powerful thing that can keep driving us forward. Sometimes life gives us this pain and then we learn. In fact, if you take a look at some of the most successful people in history, they all have had something that essentially hit them very hard in life, very painfully. A devastating disaster of some kind. Are you with me? And they woke up to it. But hopefully we all do not need to do that. Are you with me?
Yes.
I'm not asking you to go and, cause pain. But it is a natural part of the progression that we have to undergo. And we have to recognize it. And when we do come across it, we have to accept it. There is a pain of getting up every day. There's a pain of doing everything that we do. Everything that we talked about just now causes pain. Are you with me?
Yes.
In one form or another, every single thing that we talked about just now causes pain in some form. Mental stress is pain. Dealing with issues is pain. Every day, and it takes its toll. But if we allowed it, it would wear us down. It would make us weak. It can destroy us. But if we embraced it, it is the font of all creativity and artistry. There's no poetry without pain. There's no melody without pain. The most beautiful songs are written through pain. The greatest artists first experience pain. Are you with me?
Yes.
But we have to go beyond that. We have to detach ourselves from the process. We have to recognize that true victory results in us being focused on our destination and let nothing come in our way. Are you with me?
Yes.
True victory means let nothing disturb the true path that we have to take. Let no illusion, no shadows, no darkness come in our path. If a darkness strikes you, light a candle. If there are shadows, walk stride bravely on. Walk into the light. Are you with me?
Yes.
And if there is pain that has to be borne, bear it. It cannot be forever. But one thing I can guarantee you is if you embrace it, it adds to who you are. You grow stronger for it. You not only grow stronger, you grow wiser. Be the warrior. Be the samurai. Change your thoughts and you change the world. Are you with me?
Yes.
One man's pain is another man's what? Another man's what? Gain. No. Yeah, that too. That too. But one man's pain is another man's pleasure. If a mosquito turns into a flower, it depends on how you look at it. If you see the sunrise, can you see the mosquitoes? Cannot. You have to let your mind overcome your obstacles. You let yourselves many times be stopped by mosquitoes. You're stuck on the ground by mosquitoes. You fight mosquitoes. You spend so much time chasing mosquitoes and fighting mosquitoes and killing mosquitoes that you have become a mosquito warrior. And you might as well call yourself the code of the mosquito. But you have to get beyond this. If you see beyond the mosquito to the sun, it is a totally different planet altogether. Where you live and where they live is two different places. And you need to recognize that. You need to get beyond where you live to where they live. And it must begin from inside. It's inside that victory really lies. It's inside that everything lies. And you need to actually believe in this. Everything is inside. First you begin the victory inside, everything else happens outside. Are you with me?
Yes.
And if you really focus, you will see beyond the mosquitoes onto the sunrise. Are you with me?
Yes.
Otherwise, perennially, the mosquitoes will pull you down. And that cannot be your final epitaph, the mosquito warrior. So let's look beyond. Let's look over the horizon. Let's challenge the status quo. Let's change who we are. And when we change who we are, we will change the world. When we change who we want to become, we will rock the world. Are you with me?
Yes.
So put on your helmets, as in terms of being warriors, and your armor. Get together your spirit and your energy. And let's go out there and conquer this planet. Thank you very much.